We have a dress rehearsal on Thursday nights, last night, and for 19 years, I sit there at the dress rehearsal and I say to myself, how are we going to pull this thing together? And then magically, through the work of all the ensemble directors and the students, we pull it together. We thank you all for being here this evening. We're going to start with some closing remarks and awards, and that's what it says right here. So, first of all, let me say that tonight's Musical Moods performance would not have been possible without the combined efforts of the GRCC music students, faculty, and staff, as well as the leadership here at St. Cecilia Music Center. Special thanks to Carla Messing, the events and facility manager, Tanya Nolan, the receptionist and box office manager, and especially Kalena Myers, the events and facility assistant manager, but really she's running the lights tonight. So I think we ought to say thanks to Kalena. Yeah. I'd also like to thank Class Quant and Dwayne David and the whole staff from the media area who are running the TV for us. They're going to make sure that we show up on YouTube and you can watch us anytime you want. In fact, it'll probably be playing on the GRCC channel. Usually happens around Christmas time. They start showing all these things. You can watch them over and over again. So thanks, class, very much. Class is back here, so let's give class a big hand. Our Music Center custodian, Lorraine Fortuna, always makes certain that we have what we need when we need it. And Eva Johnson, our department secretary, takes care of all the details and maintains sanity in spite of the craziness that surrounds producing Musical Moods. Please join me in showing our appreciation to both Lorraine and Eva. Come on out, Eva. Lorraine, where are you? There she is. There's Lorraine and Eva. Come on up. We have flowers for you, Lorraine. Yeah, you got to come up. Thank you. Eva Johnson. I know you do. And Lorraine Fortuna. Come on up, Lorraine. You never get to come up. Thank you both. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce our ensemble faculty, truly the finest group of musicians with whom I've ever been fortunate enough to work. So I'd like to start out by introducing all the ensemble faculty in alphabetical order. Lynn Asper with the trumpet ensemble. There he is. Ken Boss, our music department accompanist. Malcolm Brannon, orchestra director. Now, Michael Gillen, our director of bands, directly behind me. Brandon Grinwis, our percussion ensemble director. Mark Jackson, Shades of Blue. And Brian Morris, guitar ensemble director. Let's have another big hand for all the ensemble directors. Yeah. Woo-hoo. I don't know where he went. Thank you. I would also like to acknowledge the rest of our full and part-time music faculty who happen to be in the audience tonight, as well as the retired faculty members who have joined us this evening. Kalena, could you bring up the house and have all those current GRCC music faculty and retired faculty stand, and let's show our appreciation to all of them. Thank you very much. Now, I should tell you that all of the logistics for tonight's performance were organized by the Musical Moods Steering Committee. This is a monumental task, and these students were very committed. In fact, they were up for a 7 o'clock meeting every Wednesday for the past 6 weeks. They usually got there before I did. I would like to introduce the members of the committee to you and have them come forward. Please hold your applause until all members of the committee have been introduced. So maybe I can ask the faculty to step back a little bit, and we'll have the steering committee come forward. So, Carrie Brannon, Alan Dawson, Antonina Tchaikovskaya, Jared Ehrlich, John Jansen, Christine Lutz, Leanne Marchetti, Jason Ortiz, Bill Reed, Sean Shafiansky, Katie Vallon, Dan Weinrich, and Aaron Wright. Let's show our appreciation to all of them. Yeah, the honest truth is, we could not possibly make this happen without this steering committee because they take care of all the logistics. They make sure that everything happens. They're running around behind the scenes making sure that everything gets set up for all of us, and we thank them. We can't thank you enough, so thank you. Every year, now I would like to turn the microphone over to Antonina Tchaikovskaya, Carrie Brannon, and Katie Vallon.
We would like to acknowledge all the faculty, adjunct and full-time faculty, and we appreciate all your investment in our lives, our talents, and our life. Well, I just said that. Our lives together. I'm going to read first adjunct faculty, and if you please come forward, we have a little gift for you. Lynn Asper, Andrew Bergeron, Bill Backout, Scott Bosher, Cynthia Bristol, Rick Bridge, Randy Burgart, Ruth Belsma, Dr. Robert Connell, Matthew Cosgrove, Michael Crawford, Diane DeVries, Dr. Jody Doctor, Camille Zigna, and
and Alicia Eppinga, Brandon Grinwis, David Hay, Dr. Cheryl Ayat, Mark Jackson, Jonathan Marshall, Michael Mihevich, Diane Penning, Grace Schwanda, Leslie Van Becker, John Verno, Roy Wallace, and Dr. Yelena Wells.
And we would also like to thank the full-time faculty for everything they do for us. They are at school pretty much all the time like we are, and we really could not have put this show together without them. So if the full-time faculty could come forward, we have gifts for you back here. And the first is Lorraine Fortuna. She is our custodian and takes care of us all the time. We could not thank her enough. The second is Dr. Deborah DeWitt, and she is the head of our piano department. Brian Morris is our head of guitar studies. Dr. Carol Van Randwick is our head of music theory and composition. Michael Gillen is the director of the wind ensemble, Kent Philharmonia, jazz orchestra, mariachi, and our low brass instructor. Tim Helt is our head of recording technology. Malcolm Brannon is our director of instrumental music, the college orchestra, director of the arts outreach program, and instructor of applied violin, and my daddy. Dr. Kenneth Boss is our staff accompanist and our applied piano instructor, and amazing. Eva Johnson, secretary extraordinaire, and our mom of the music department. And finally, last but certainly not least, Kevin Dobreff, the director of college choir and madrigal singers and the head of our music department.
Thank you, ladies. Oh, thank you, Jason. Wow. Flowers and a bag. Okay. Every year at Musical Moods, the music faculty acknowledge those students who have demonstrated leadership as instrumental and choral musicians, and those students who have also excelled academically. For each category, I will list those students who have been nominated for the award, and then we will present the award to the student or students who were chosen by the faculty to receive the award. That's pretty wordy. Let me do that. Okay. Please hold your applause until all the names have been read from each category. So now I'm going to do that. Yes, could you? Thank you very much. You're awesome. Okay. The first group that we're going to acknowledge and introduce is the Academic Achievement in Music Award nominees. Now, these students were nominated by the music faculty because of their leadership in the classroom, as well as in the practice room, as well as in the ensembles. So I'd like to call their names and have them come forward, and then we will present the awards to those who were chosen as the winners. Benjamin DeLue, Hannah Hofbeck, Carrie Brannon, Frank Norat, Lucas Powell, Amanda Visser, Leanne Marcady, Dan Christensen, Patterson McKinney, Katie Vallon, Matthew Hillman, Erica Wynn, Courtney Neff, and Christine Lutz. Would all those people come forward? And let's acknowledge them. Let's share our applause with them. Thank you. Now, with all those nominees, it was very difficult for us to narrow the field, but we were able to narrow it down to 4, and we're going to give out 4 academic achievement awards this evening. I don't think these are in any particular order, and they're definitely not in alphabetical order. So I'll start with Amanda Visser. Come. And we have an award for Amanda.
Thank you.
Dan Christensen. Congratulations. Patterson McKinney. And Christine Lutz. And now we'd like to list the names of those students who were nominated for the Instrumental Music Award. Again, not in any particular order. Jason Young, Catherine Vallon, Jamie Lightfoot, Carrie Brannon, Patterson McKinney, and Dan Christensen. Whoops, and Courtney Neff, there's more. Courtney Neff, Leanne Marcady, Dan Weinrich, John Jansen, Tim Delaney, and Jason Ortiz. These have all been nominated for the Instrumental Music Award. Let's show our appreciation. And because of the large field, we had a little difficulty narrowing that as well, but we chose 2 to receive the award. And this evening, we'd like to present the Instrumental Music Award to both Jamie Lightfoot and Courtney Neff. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you. And now, the nominees for the Choral Music Award. Christine Lutz, Ben DeLue, Alan Dawson, Antonina Tchaikovskaya, I just like to say that, Antonina Tchaikovskaya, and Melissa Gleason. Let's show our appreciation to those nominees. And this evening, the Choral Music Award will be presented to Christine Lutz. Okay, now I have to backtrack. There we go. This evening, we were privileged to honor Darlene Dugan with the Albert P. Smith Award. And after tonight's performance, there is a small reception upstairs. I know a number of you have pre-registered to come to the reception. If any of you would like to stick around and come upstairs with us, we'd love to have you join us. I don't know if this is going to be a problem or not, but who cares? We want it to be a big party. So come on upstairs after the concert and help celebrate with Darlene Dugan. And she does have to get home early, so we can't stay late because she has a rehearsal tomorrow morning. And we promised that she'd be able to get a good night's sleep. So